Motherfuckers, we are back. Listen, there's been some complaints on both of our social medias about our stances on not getting $3,000 bikes immediately. I would just like to say, because this is the only time that Martin watches, right? I would like to say,
Yeah,
listen,
like
man,
the
there's a
first two
huge
minutes.
price difference. Yeah, we're just jumping right in. That's all he watches. He's gonna leave that little haha comment on our Facebook. Cool, um, dude. Look, I love my bike. The shit is sick. I need a tutorial on this shit because all of it is different than any bike I've ever experienced. If this is a $750 bike with taxes 815, right? It's a shit ton of money to spend on a bike.
Oh yeah.
But dude, it is so different. Every aspect of the bike is different than anything I've ever experienced, man. So I can't even imagine what Marlon is out there hitting the trails and flying in. Like I'm not gonna shit on him. Like that's I mean he's our friend, but we've known this guy. I've known him a little bit shorter the time that I've known you. The guy knows his shit. But I can't if this is a 750 bike, I can't imagine what a $1,500 bike comes with, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
We're just
when
jumping
you
right in.
told me you took your bike out for a ride today, you were
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to, you were all giddy and shit like a fucking schoolgirl
Yeah,
who like
I
the
was.
the
Well,
crush, the crush, whoever you had a crush on just finally spoke to you for the first time like, "Oh my God, he looked at me." And that's how you were talking about your bike.
she circled yes. She circled
Uh
yes. You know
she
what I mean?
circled yes. She circled yes. That's exactly what happened.
Oh, son. Oh, I got a funny
But
story about that in a minute.
yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
So the way that you were talking
go
about
ahead.
that bike, because he said it's like night and day compared to the bike that you had. So I could just imagine that bike that Marlon has, and he showed us a picture. It's a
Yep.
fucking sexy ass bike. I think he's got the
It's a
Trans
sexy
two,
bike, bro.
and I was looking at that
Yep.
next this year's
Yep.
model, the Trans three. Um, but again, that's a $2,100 bike. You know,
Yep.
not everyone has to go into $3,000 bikes or $2,000 bikes, and not everyone needs to. Is going into the same riding style. Yes, we're talking about bikes again, right off the top.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be 5 minutes?
Yes.
Is it gonna be
Gotta get
50
it.
minutes? Who knows? I'm not sure.
Who knows? There's no, nobody knows. But yeah. Um but look, so and we talked about this in the last 4 or 5 episodes, right? I didn't know there was bikes that were ever this expensive because all I ever knew growing up were bikes that were the
Huffy?
Walmart bikes. I didn't know, and I'll be honest, yeah, Huffy, Schwinn. I remember there was one bike that like, because I didn't even know really about mountain bike. There was one bike that was I forget the name of it, dude. Like that, like it wasn't like a mongoose, but it was some other like brand of a bike. Like it was just a regular pedal bike that everybody fucking loved. Like, oh my god, he has this bike. I thought that bike was a shit. Just learning about all these different bikes is what's so interesting, and all these different type
Yeah.
of shit. Like now I'm learning about clips and no clips and drive. I mean, you were talking earlier about drive trains. Like there's all this shit that I'm just overwhelmed with because it's just so much information, bro. Like, dude, just changing gears on this bike is different. Like I was telling you off camera, like it's like this isn't like if you picture a Walmart bike, it's that little crank at the top of the handlebar, right? Which people call a stem. Sorry, we're gonna be little bike snobby here. You call it the stem, and then you have the little crank where you see where you're going. But this one, it's almost like imagine like toggles under the handlebars, right under the stem, where you're downshifting and upshifting, and then you're putting the tension, as I like to call it. I don't even know probably not the right term on the left hand side
We'll go with
with
it.
the yeah, we'll go with it. So people understand what I'm talking about. So you have that on the left hand side, and even learning that. So, dude, today was just like a trial run. Son, I was flying. Like I did 5 miles today. My watch didn't record it, which I'm pissed about. I did another 5 today, and I did it in half the time. And I stopped a few times because I was still trying to like adjust my seat, figure out the comfortability. Also, like having a helmet is a bitch. I got a big ass head. Like I can't put my head all the way back. And, like so, I sit. I feel like I'm leaning more forward on my bike than I was before. It's a learning curve that I honestly wasn't expecting. I thought it's like riding a bike. You know, like the saying, like riding a bike's riding a bike. No, son, there's levels to this shit. There's levels.
Yeah, because the shifters aren't in the same position, and you're shifting differently. And
Yep.
how much did you pay for that
Yep.
helmet?
110 bucks.
Yeah, I figured something like that.
Yeah.
What is that size Klingon?
It's they actually what they did. Right, I went to this awesome place. I'm gonna give them a shout out. University Bike Center down in Tampa was the only place. First of all, they don't even sell giant bikes. The ones I wanted because they're gonna start to come out with the 21s. right here in July. So I don't know if you want to
That's
wait.
good. Yeah,
That's what I that's what I
I'm gonna
learned.
wait
Yeah, that's
to
what.
buy the 20s when they're on sale.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The 21s come out in July. So I went down there. You could only buy them at retailers. So only if
Mm-hmm.
they're not making. I don't think Giant is making anymore direct to consumer. It's what the bike shops have in stock. So I drove down there. I looked online. They had it in Tampa. Drove down. I called on the phone. They held it for me. Picked it up. Got on the like the little thing to the little bike rack thing because you get on it. They like size it to you, give you a little like breakdown of the bike.
Right.
It was awesome, bro. And then I was like, "Yo, you guys got a helmet?" They're like, "Actually, your head is so big, we're gonna have to cut two and merge them together." I was like, "Damn, you guys do
I
like
figured.
soldering and shit here?" You know what I mean? They're like, "No,
You
actually,
guys
it's
got a
plastic,
hell of a
dumbass."
shop over here.
Yeah, I was like, he goes, "Actually, no, dumbass, it's plastic. Wouldn't make sense to put heat to it because then it'll melt. We just sew the MIPS, which is the technology in the helmet, for the thing." I was like, "All right, cool, let's do it." So I got it. It kind of matches. It wasn't all black. I wanted an all black helmet, but it's black and red, which I'll take. I'll just end up getting like black and red gloves because I am gonna need gloves if I go off roading and shit. So,
Right.
but yeah, dude, it was the smoothest experience ever. I walked in, two Hispanic dudes helped me out, practice my Spanish, so it felt good. And then I was in and out of there, bro, in like 15 minutes. Then I learned about a whole bunch of other shit that I got to get. Like I got to get a thing to secure my bike to the truck that because you could take out the front wheel, which is like a quick release thing. Dude, I learned
Mm-hmm.
so much more shit. It's stupid. It's stupid. Like all this shit that I didn't know, and I thought I watched every video. Like, yeah, dude, you can just take out the front wheel, and then you like put it on this bracket that like the tube or the screw goes through the frame, and then it holds it in place. I was like, this is insane, bro. Like I didn't even know about this shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody
You know
talking
who
shit
didn't get
already.
a bike?
You
Yeah.
you didn't get a bike. Yeah.
Philip Andrew Vasquez
Oh,
says, "You know me, son.
Vasquez,
Says, what kind
Vasquez.
of bike should I pick up that ain't too pricey? Since you've done all the
All
research
right.
already."
That's actually, you know what? I appreciate that, Philip. Thank you for engaging in the podcast and taking the time to watch and listen, bro. I appreciate that, my brother. Well, you're 6'4", 6'5", bro. I don't know what price range you're looking at. I know, unless mom's gonna buy it for you. Sorry. Um, these things can get pretty expensive, man. Like I would not. I honestly feel, like I would not recommend getting a Walmart bike straight off the top just because you're a bigger dude. You're not gonna find anything comfortable for you. I would look into the bike I got, the Giant Talent 29 2. But for you, because you're taller than me, I would get the extra large. It's a little bit taller. You just got to have a little bit of room under your balls to the frame of the bike. I recommend that as a really good starter bike. Like you get like the Trek Marlins aren't bad. They're you know what I mean. They're a little bit cheap on the cheaper end, but and this is where Marlin's right about his critique about the prices. Right, like you get what you pay for, and the $600 difference from my Walmart bike to this is I mean Grand Canyon huge. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's a dude. Like I'm telling you, I wish my watch could have clocked me, bro. I'm pretty sure I was going like 20 miles an hour, like ease, like and with ease. Like I was flying, son.
20 miles an hour. Oh
I had
shit! These dogs.
I had to slow myself down, brother. I was like, yo, I'm hitting a land speed record. I'm about to hit e-bike speeds out here. But yeah, look into the Giants, Philip. Look into the Giants. Giant definitely get a 29-incher, bro, because you're what 2 or 3 inches taller than 4'6'5", so 29er should be good for you. And then definitely get a helmet because we've established on this podcast that you're clumsy as shit. Helmet, you'll need gloves, and get a Camelback because you're gonna need to hydrate, bro. Because you're gonna on this bike, you're gonna burn yourself out quicker because you can go faster. Honestly, bro. Like, and this is just one. Son, I needed a fucking nap after. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna try to act like it's all cool and shit. Like, I was exhausted after I did that shit.
Yo, from your description of Philip, like, I just pictured Gumby riding a mountain bike, just flapping
Yeah.
arms and legs.
He's what? You know what? He's like a Mexican Crystalia. Like he's wiry. You know what I mean? Like he's just kind of like
That's what
sometimes he
Gumby
walks like
is.
he has no bones. Yeah, he walks like he has no bones in his body. Like his body just kind of, you know what I mean? Just kind of
Uh-huh.
flows. So So yeah, no, that's my brother, man. But
He's
yeah,
so dope by chicken
I
wire.
would look into. Yeah, he could be. I told you he had a permanent profile because of a twig. So and that
Damn.
happened in the army, legit. But yeah, look into that. Look into that now. Actually, while we're talking about it, Philip, if you're still watching, and get back to us and give us some more feedback on what you think a decent price range would be, bro. But yeah, go ahead, Johnny boy.
Yeah, man. So this guy who's talking about bikes hasn't gotten a bike yet. I've taken my oldest son's bike, which by the way has a dual suspension, the shittiest dual suspension in the world, because that thing doesn't do a damn thing. Like I put weight on it. I do bunny hops. We're riding through neighborhoods, so I'm like jumping on like neighbors' yards, like not my direct neighbors, but like people that live 3-4 miles down the road in other little neighborhoods.
Right.
Javi and and my wife, we found these little cut throughs through the neighborhood. So I was like, oh shit, we can just go to the next spot. And I don't know if they were put there for like utility people or whatever to get from one side of the neighborhood to the other. Either way, we're having a good time until I can finally get on the trails. It's dry enough here, so I think the trails are gonna start opening up. But I'm riding like a $90 Walmart bike right now, and that's the bike I'm gonna
Right.
take on these trails. And it all started. I had these hopes and dreams, right? Like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna get this 750, and then I started looking at full suspension bikes, and I said, you know what? I'll spend the extra money. There's 1,500 and 1,800 and a $2,100 bike, and that's the one that you
Mhm.
snitched on me about. I gotta keep bringing that up every time I say $2,100.
No, yeah,
Snitched on
I
Facebook
absolutely did.
to my wife,
Yeah,
but
that deserves to know the truth. Yeah.
and so I had these dreams, because I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna make it work. I'm just gonna keep saying, baby, it's only $2,100. Look at these $8,000 bikes. Eventually, she's gonna break. She's gonna break, and she's gonna be like, you're right. You're right. You're so fiscally responsible. Only getting the $2,100 bike. That's why I married you. And then I have this little fucking 8 pound
Finance,
Maltese
your
that,
financial manager.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. I had this little Maltese who had 6 teeth extracted yesterday, 2 days ago.
Eesh.
6 fucking teeth.
2 days ago.
A grand.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well there goes that
Yep.
$2,100 bike. So now we're looking at $1,100. So now, and then my oldest son is going to the dentist. He may possibly have 4 wisdom teeth taken out. So that could
That's
be
a
up to
painful.
$700 and some change. So I'm like, okay, so now we're down to like a $400 bike. I'm barely affording that Schwinn from Walmart that we were talking about.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You
then I
can't
still
even get
gotta
the drop.
buy.
You can't even
Yeah, I
get the
can't even
drop.
get the drop seat. And now we gotta I gotta get a mic for my youngest son because he likes to sing and do all this stuff. So I gotta get a mic. I gotta get an audio interface, and that's gonna be another $300. So I'm back to a fucking $100 Walmart bike. That's
Mhm.
kids and dogs. That's where your dreams gotta die, man. Hey, I love you guys.
Yeah, they're
By the
dream
way,
killers, bro.
I love you guys.
You've crushed. You've crushed all my. On
Woo!
Monday, my dreams were a $2,100 bike, and by Wednesday, you're back down to the $90 bike that you have. Oh shit!
Thank you, baby.
Okay,
Love you.
what is there's a note on it. Is she cussing you out? What the note say? There's a
She
note.
says,
I
"Don't
feel
you
like there's
dare
a sad
talk
face
shit
on it.
about me." No, she says, "I hope you like it." Mm.
Oh, that's
Oh
nice.
yeah.
That flan?
Mm. It's not flan, but it looks like it. It's got similar consistency. But we were talking about my kids and how
Yeah.
much I love them and how they killed my dreams. Um,
Yeah, no, the dream killers.
but no, the truth is, we talked about this offline, right? I'm looking at alternatives to Giant because what you said is true. Giant, are you still there? Did I lose you? Oh shit, we lost Benjamin. All right. If you will, oh my God, my wife said an $80 bike. If you guys will just bear with us, we'll bring Benjamin back online. Again, I gotta keep reminding you, he's on that 1865 internet. They don't even have dial-up where he's at, so I don't even know how he gets online to tell you the truth. I was surprised that he was able to get online and do some bike research. Let's see where it is. Oh, yeah, exactly. His signal dropped. All right. Well, if you'll bear with us for a few minutes, he's gonna get back on, and we'll bring him back on the show. Cause it's no fun to talk about my dreams being crushed. So You can watch me enjoy this flan. I mean, hey Philip, look, I can send you the link, Philip. All I need is an email address. I'll send you the link. You can come on the show. If you've got a phone or a laptop or a computer, we'll bring you in. Too easy. Oh, goodness. So what's it gonna be, Philip? I mean, I think the last time we were on the show, my 11-year-old Javi was out there in the doorway laughing his ass off because I think all I did was uh, talk shit to Ben. I think I was. Did you?
Did you come?
Wait, did you send me the email address? Yo. But anyway, look, if you so we had this long conversation, this long back and forth with one of our friends who I his line and we make fun of him. You know, we he gives us crap and we give him crap and he's like, "Oh, okay, well, either spend $1,500 or don't spend the money at all." All right, I got you, Philip. I'm gonna get you on the show here in a minute. Uh, but that's one of the problems with I think the bike industry or like the mountain biking like scene, right? These bikes are so outrageously priced that a lot of people get intimidated and don't get into the sport because they see two, three, four, $5,000 bikes when all they want to do is just ride some trails. They're not trying to do double black diamonds, 10-foot drops, any of that crazy shit. Uh, Benny boy lost his internet connection because he's living in 1865. Let me see what he has to say. We've got some good news from Ben.
Hey guys, I'm coming back on the podcast shortly. I don't know what happened. The session dropped. I'm having to restart my laptop. We'll be back in a second. I'm sorry you guys had to listen to Boring and John.
All right, that's enough of you, Ben. All right, let me send you this link so you can get on the show. That's an interesting email address. All right. All right, Philip, you should be getting it shortly. If I typed it incorrectly, let me see where our boy Benjamin is at. He's still trying to learn how to use his computer. Please bear with us. So, Philip, all you need is if you have Chrome, preferably Chrome, you can get on using Chrome. Just click on that link and it'll bring you over to our hosting platform and then we'll get you onto the show. Yeah, but so like I was saying, these bikes are so expensive, and a lot of people get scared out of going into mountain biking because they see expensive bikes. Um, Ben ended up getting a $750 bike, and he may very well end up getting a new bike a year or 2 years from now, because a lot of people consider that, you know, I don't want to call them snobs, brand snobs or price snobs or snobs of the sport, but they call it an entry level bike, and they'll say you'll need to get a new one. But most people aren't trying to do crazy stuff, and that $750 bike might be all they need to do the riding, light trails and maybe some on road riding that they're going to be doing. What is this dude's deal? Let's see how this works. The magic of being live. Let's disconnect and come back on. Oh shit. What's up? Damn. So I'm still live. You're not live yet, but I'm gonna bring you into the video. You'll be able to see Ben though, and that's just our own private group. I had to do it. All right, guys, just bear with us. We're almost all back online. We just need Benjamin's ugly ass to get in the screen here. That's that is disrespectful, especially because they can only hear me and not you guys. So I can say all the shit I want until I send you live. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's better than what Benjamin can do. He just learned what a laptop was last week.
San Antonio has a bike trail that goes around like the entire city. That San Antonio River Trail.
Right.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
I really want something that can just handle that.
And we
crazy.
are back.
Look at that. We came back and we brought a guest. My brother from another mother.
You're
My
all
boy,
welcome.
my battle buddy, my fucking roommate, Philip Andrew Vasquez, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, motherfucker? Welcome to the show, man.
What you guys been up to, man? Other than this.
This is pretty much it, bro. Staying home, working sometimes, and podcasting. This is it.
Yeah, I've been
And riding
listening
bike
to
now.
a podcast at work, man. I just put it on and listen.
Yeah,
You guys talk about some
bunch of
off
shit
the wall
talking.
shit.
We gotta
Yeah.
keep it interesting.
We like to keep it off the. Yeah, we got to keep it off the wall, bro. Philip, my boy, if you listen to the podcast, my boy John, I've known for 25 years, man. I've known you for now what? We've known each other since we were 18, so 18 years, right? Like 18 or 19 when we were in Hawaii together.
Yeah, getting
So
there.
yeah, dude, we're that fucking old. Yeah, we're that fucking old.
Yeah,
So we were talking. Yeah, we're old as shit, bro. First of all, how are the kids, man? How's the wife? How's everything, man?
Christopher's 7 now. He's as tall as a 10-year-old, and my wife, she was working for a school district now, so she's happy.
Okay, that's good.
Everything's
That's good,
going
man.
well. She's essential.
Good. Are you essential? You still working security?
Yeah, I manage security for a company, but with all the layoffs and stuff, I'm trying to keep hours down with all this shit going on. And we work mostly for oil and gas industry, so we've slowed down considerably with all the oil prices dropping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true.
they got me working shifts now, which is kind of crazy. I haven't worked a shift in over a year.
That sucks, bro. Are they still paying you the same?
Oh yeah. At least I get to sit around and do this all night.
Okay, well that's good. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Motherfucker's working now.
Rough gig.
Yeah, for real. What was I gonna tell you? So yeah, we were talking about I think before we went live about you getting a bike, right? As you can tell, the last 4 or 5 episodes have been all bikes consistently. So what questions do you have for 2? Well, one of us actually has a bike. Jonathan over here, Vallejo, is not able to buy a bike because of his dream killing kids that took all his money.
My wife loves dingo, so I know the struggle.
That's crazy, bro. So what were you, I guess the questions that I always ask, like, what are you trying to accomplish? Like you were telling me about taking like the San Antonio trail and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think realistically, bro, like I know it sounds crazy, right? Like a starter bike that you could really do shit with is gonna cost you about anywhere between, if you go on the lower end, quote unquote, like you go to like 550 to like 750. But that'll be a bike you have for a while.
Yeah, I plan on keeping it for quite some time. I mean, bike maintenance isn't that hard. It's just actually using it, And for me, it's just going to be mostly longer rides. I need to get some cardio in because I'm, Gumby.
Yeah,
Flexible.
you are Gumby.
Yeah, I was listening.
Dude,
I was hoping so.
I tell the story. I tell the story of how you fell any chance I can get, bro. Because I was next to you when you fell, and I've never seen anything like it in my life.
How long was I on those crutches?
Dude, at least I want to say at least 6 months, bro.
No. We were only in basic for 23 weeks.
Yeah. No, you were on crutches in Hawaii for at least 6 months, and then you destroyed your shoulder because of the crutches. True. You were on crutches, and then you had the complete like shoulder reconstruction. So you were fucked up for a minute, bro.
But that's one of the big things is I need low impact. That's why I need the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't get up early enough to go swimming.
No, I'm not doing that shit. Johnny boy, what you got?
I got a commercial break advice? Brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey.
Have you tried the what is it? I think it's by a company called Screwed. They got that peanut butter whiskey.
The fuck? No.
Oh, that's
tried it.
Sweet
peanut butter.
Christmas.
Really?
It is so good. Go to Sonic, get you a vanilla milkshake, and pour some of that in there, or pecan prelude. That's pretty good too. Either one. And you pour that in there with your shake, you're in fucking heaven.
Damn. How many times, how many experiments did you go through to figure this shit out? Like, did you have to go to Wendy's
That's
first
a-
and try the Wendy's? You know, they have the.
It's a legit, it's
Try
a
it,
legit
bro.
question, bro. It's a legit. It's a
I'm
legit
serious.
fucking
Like,
question.
how do you come up with like you got to go to Sonic? Like, how did you narrow it down? Because you don't just pick a restaurant, right? You go through all the fast food joints. You go through
We
all
were-
their smooth.
I went on a weekend fishing trip, and the
Uh-huh.
night before the fishing trip, we stopped at the liquor store. And we had, if you don't start in the morning, you can't drink all day.
Yeah.
So we started there,
Mhm.
and probably about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, we were all drunk and had that bottle in the truck, and we were like, fuck it, let's go to Sonic, try this out. And the rest is history.
Apparently
You know,
so.
we got annihilated, blew some shit up. It was a good night.
Is this what our boys sing?
No.
I feel like this is
no.
a sing.
I wish I could get. Oh, for your Spanish podcast, man, you get Andreas on here. He'll rant about some liberal shit all day.
Oh, hey, by the way, I got
shut up.
Lizette saying gross. I'm guessing
Oh.
she's talking about both of you.
Oh, old as that.
She's a terrible person.
My
She's a
old
terrible
squad
person.
leader.
You guys,
Dude, she was a squad leader. This guy's eating and drinking. This fucking guy. Thanks for bringing fucking extra noise to the podcast, bro. Please.
it's the least I
hit your
can
fork a
do when
little
you have
harder.
1865 internet. For those of
You
you that
fucking
enjoy,
cunt. God,
All right.
He-
you know, that's,
with
you
his
know what's fucked up
internet,
with
he
it?
hears that 4 times.
the reverberation in my ears are killing me. But yeah, look at Giant. So if I'm gonna, I'll tell you like this, Phil, and we'll stop this bike shit because we could keep talking about this forever. I would suggest instead of looking online, go to an actual bike shop and not like a Walmart, like a legit bike shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like test a
that's
couple
actually
different
what
bikes
that
out,
is.
sit on them. Yeah, like sit on them, figure out which one you find the most comfortable, but also try to keep a price range in mind. Like realistically, bro, like my bike is considered a starter. I just dropped 800 on it, right? And it's a night and day bike. Like if you've only ever known the 300 and under bikes, dude, I swear to you, it's like you've never rode a bike before in your life, and you have to like relearn it all over again because shifting is different. The drivetrain is different. The forks, which is like where the front seat of the bike, like the tires of the bike goes, the suspension. There's so much shit that goes into it. It's over fucking whelming, man. Over fucking whelming, bro.
I'm gonna take you to hit up that bike shop. Of course, that's my next.
Yeah, hit up
one.
a bike shop. That's the best way. Yeah,
Like you were saying
that's the best
earlier,
way to do it.
it's
That's
like,
what I highly recommend.
like you guys were talking about earlier. It's like it's $100 for the internet. They got to buy a new mic for one of the kids, and Christopher breaks them all the time. So I got to buy new mics for his Xbox, and I got to buy new sights for my gun, and it's just a struggle.
Yeah,
Just got to get there.
it's there's always some money to be spent, bro. This was, and I talked about it with one of my boys. I was like, the reason why I was able to get this was because of that. Because I'm luckily I'm blessed. I'm still able to work. I'm essential, right? So I had that Donald Trump money. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and spend it on something that I want. I was like, I'm gonna spend these $200, man. Like, dude, it feels. And I'll tell you like this: like having this hobby and having this like quote unquote obsession, like, dude, it's made politics so much more palatable because I'm not invested as I was before. It's like the time that I was putting into politics. Now I'm watching bike videos and learning how different ways to ride these trails and learning the different kinds of bikes and reviews and all this shit. So all that time that I was consuming that toxic political shit is now all into bikes. So it's only made life better, man.
yeah, he was finally able to take the training wheels off yesterday.
Whoa!
Mm-hmm.
Don't those
Yeah,
training
I know. I'm
wheels
scared,
help
'cause
you
if I
with the
leave it-
helmet weight?
I don't know how he.
That's what I
keeps-
was about to say.
How
Like,
does he keep
I-
upright?
When he plays softball,
what I did was I
dodges
put
his head first, and then he turns.
Yeah. I put I can't actually turn my head when I ride bike. I put rear view mirrors, so I just use them. You know what I mean? I have like the big mirror, like the little mirror where like the objects that where like it's magnified, so I don't have to turn my head at all. Because if I turn, it's over for me. I can't get my head back around to look at the road. It's a wrap, son.
When he rides
So
past people,
fucking-
he yells, "I'm Batman." It just
Yeah.
keeps
You're fucking right. Oh man. So Phil, man, I don't know much about what's been going on in Texas with this whole shutdown and quarantine and all this shit. I know they just opened the whole state back up, right? Or has it
uh,
just been like partial?
they're systematically reopening. This last week they reopened restaurants to 25% capacity, and then Friday they're opening the nail salons and stuff back up, and I think public pools, nail salons,
Okay.
stuff like that. And then they're still holding off on bars though. Bars aren't going to be reopened, I think, till
Okay.
maybe the 19th ish.
Okay.
Okay.
That was what the governor put out today that I saw.
Okay. What I know you're like lieutenant governor has been like saying some wild shit about just letting old people die because of the economy. Like I don't even know who like the actual governor of Texas is. What's his name? Like Michael
Abbott.
Bennett, or is that the lieutenant governor?
Isn't that Governor
Abbott.
I believe?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really a watch the news kind of guy. If I don't get it from John Oliver at the end of the week, I don't really get it.
Dude, John Oliver's the fucking man, right?
That guy's hilarious.
He's the new John Stewart. Like he's the new John Stewart to me. Like I don't watch Trevor Noah as much for whatever. I don't know. I just don't. John Oliver's taking that.
I mean,
What
I
does
know he's a
that What does that say
comedian.
about us? We're getting
Well,
our
I know
news
he's a comedian.
about America from a British dude.
Well, I know he's a comedian.
And a comedian.
He's trying to be funny, but you know, he gives me the topic list of what to look up.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I need to
Yep.
look into that because that sounds fucking crazy. But
Yeah.
that's probably
I'll-
about the extent.
I'll watch a little bit of like I watched that like the Las Vegas mayor when she was definitely looked like she did a couple lines of coke and then went on
Oh,
with
yeah.
Anderson Cooper. Like that's the craziest interview I've ever seen. But yeah, like I said, I've stopped watching that shit and I've just like binged. Dude, I started binging Psych. Philip, you remember Psych?
Oh yeah,
With
they had a marathon. a
yeah,
couple
dude,
weeks ago.
they actually they drop like 2 seasons every Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm like catching all up with that shit again. 'Cause I got YouTube TV, so I'm storing that all. So I've just been like watching TV.
They're supposed to be
But,
putting out
yeah,
like
man.
a special.
They're coming. No, they brought back the whole show.
Like a new season?
Yeah, like they brought back. Yeah, starting a new season in November, I think. Well, they're supposed to, but you know, end of the world pandemic shit. So who knows?
What was your favorite Sean and Gus moment?
Dude. Son. I need you to do me a favor. As I'm talking to you, I need you to look up on YouTube. I'm sure we'd be able to play it. Because if you could screen share it, it's Sean and Gus Haunted House. It's like a 3-minute clip. It's like a 3-minute clip. And son, I don't want to explain it because I need you guys to watch it. Dude, I've watched that clip. I watched it like, and I rewatched it like 6 times, and I cried laughing every time. Like, dude, the genius of that show. Oh, dude, like their back and forth is incredible, incredible. That's easily my favorite moment. But it's such a good show to watch now because it's just so light and funny. You know what I mean? Because like if I'm watching like Pandemic, like my boy John over here likes to watch like End of the World shit, like we're in the pandemic now. Like what the fuck do I need to watch it more?
Product placement.
I will ask you this, Phil. Like, exactly. Hey, we're sponsored by Coca-Cola. That'd be some shit, right?
Yeah.
Sponsored by Coca-Cola and diabetes. one in the same. But yo, I wanted to ask you, Phil. I think we used to have these stupid ass conversations late at night when we were roommates. Let's be honest, if this whole thing was like would have brought the zombies, we'd be fucked if there were the 28 days later zombies, right? Like realistically.
Yeah. When I think of zombies, I think of worst case scenario being World War Z.
Right. Yeah.
I feel
20
like
days
that
later,
is the
World War
worst
Z.
case scenario, and that would be the one that it was so infectious, and didn't kill its host, and the fuckers can run.
Yeah.
That's the
And
whole
dude, like the thing that nobody ever thinks of, the thing they don't have to stop to catch their breath.
Nope,
Like there's no lungs,
they don't
so
breathe.
they could just fucking go, bro. They don't breathe. Dude, fuck that. I always like perfect scenario for me would be the Shaun of the Dead zombies, where you can just act like you're one of them. You know what I mean? And you're good. It's
Worked
the
in
best. That's the best. That's one of the best zombie movies of all time.
It worked in The Walking Dead too.
Yeah. See, if it's the walking ones, you're good. You're good.
But then again, you got games
Alejo, were you
like
able to find it?
you got games like Left
There's
4
a
Dead.
lot of those clips. What am I looking for? Is it like a compilation? Shaun and Gus
Let me see
scary
if I can.
moments?
Just send them a link.
No, there's one. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
My favorite was where he
Shaun
introduces
and
Gus, and Gus like does the jazz hands.
Oh yes. Yeah. He actually introduces him as Jazz Hands, dude, because he always introduces him as a new name. Oh, that shows the shit, bro.
Now, who is the better bromance? Sean and Gus from Psych, or our boys from Scrubs?
Oh,
Shit.
see, I can't comment because
Philip coming
I
in with the
watched
hot-
Scrubs, but I didn't watch Psych.
Well, now you have a reason to watch Psych.
dude, you have to watch dude. You have YouTube TV. Just add it to your thing, and all the episodes will be up there. So, John, I sent you the link on WhatsApp, but it's gonna be Shaun and Gus, Scary Sherry. That's what
Is it
you're.
on YouTube? Let me see.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I literally just found it. It was like a 2-minute clip. Son, I cried laughing. I cried.
All right, let me see if I can.
Cried laughing.
We're about to have a
Not
Psych
quite
episode.
Chris D'Elia. Yeah, for real. Not quite Chris D'Elia murder dolphin, suicide dolphin, but it's up there.
Oh my god! When I saw Chris D'Elia, I had never watched him until I saw his whole bit on Drunk Girls. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Nothing matters to a drunk girl.
that is.
I was crying.
Yeah, it's because it's so true. He's like, "Ugh, who cares? Have me another drink, dude. You saw his new stand up?
Yeah, I did. It was excellent.
Oh, dude, he's like, you know how stupid Boulders has to be to get mad about something that'll never happen in the history of ever. Like dolphins, he's talking about dolphins committing suicide. Oh, dude, it is fucking brilliant, man. Brilliant.
Oh
I like
shit.
it.
Okay.
You got it?
I got it. Let me see if I can do this. I'm gonna have to share my screen,
Here we go.
but it's gonna take a minute. You guys can
And we can talk about a bunch of it. Philip, while he's setting this up, tell the story about how you almost died due to a pepper.
First of all, we were watching Smallville on our 27-inch Sharp
That's right.
tube TV.
Yep, we sure were.
It sat on top of our refrigerator.
Yeah.
Because that is literally all we owned. We had to buy that
That's literally
TV
all
on
we had.
credit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, we bought that at the
At the PX.
what was it? At the A feast,
Yeah.
at the PX
With
on,
our Star
on a
Card.
fucking on a star credit because we had no money.
Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
do you remember? Holy, yeah, dude, we were broke as shit. We were like, it was like our first weekend there. Like we had no money. Like we had just become roommates. It was fucking absurd.
Well, we were
what was it?
tired
Dude,
because
do you?
we spent like 16 hours cleaning that fucking room and we got it. It was so nasty.
Yeah, because we had just. Oh, it was disgusting, bro. Dude, do you remember Helio phones? Remember those shits?
Yeah.
It was before it was before T-Mobile got to the. I guess T-Mobile wasn't on the island of Verizon or anything. There was this like small company called Helio, which were like the first company I think that actually had touchscreen phones, right? Because remember we had the slide up, it slid up and it slid north and south and like east and west because it had the full keyboard.
I remember I had one of those Helios for a
Dude.
long time.
Yeah,
I had that Kia
we had the
Carrera
really big one like that. Yeah, that huge that looked like a dude. Oh my god, that shit was that phone was really good, man. I wish I would have kept that just as a memory.
But we were watching Smallville, and Dwayne came over,
Yep.
and we had gotten, I think it was L&L drive-through we had gotten.
Yes. L&L Drive-In. Yep.
And
Sure
we
was.
were sitting there, and I can't remember. I think it was the Kung Pao chicken that had that in there. And I was like, "Don't shut the light off because there's peppers in here. I don't want to eat these peppers." And you're like, "You'll be fine." So
Stop being a bitch. That's basically what I said. Yeah.
And it wasn't 2 minutes in. 2 minutes in.
Yeah.
And I just start sweating. The seed got stuck in my teeth, so it wouldn't go away. Just crunched down on that fucking thing. And I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, you almost fell out of your fucking chair.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. 100. I don't think I've ever laughed harder than that moment, dude. Because you were in so much pain. You hit your head against the wall. Like it's stuck in you. Like you're saying, when they're like it's stuck in my teeth. I'm like, what? What's stuck in your teeth, bro? The pepper. I'm like, me and Dwayne don't help at all. We're just laughing. He's like, get me milk. I was like, it's probably gone bad. I think it had like almost spoiled because we were in Hawaii. That only lasted a day. That's why we never had dude. Like it was the worst. It was the worst. Like Hawaiian milk. Like it's not Hawaiian milk, dude. Because we have no dairy farms in Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
So everything had to be shipped. So
Yeah.
you literally, you literally would only have milk that you paid $9.72 for. If you didn't drink it that day, the next day it was spoiled.
So here, I found the clip. I got it set up. You guys finish telling that story, and then we can send it. Or
send
no,
it.
that was it. That was it. Philip, send it, man. Philip almost died. It was a good time.
all right, let me send this so you. Let me send this so you guys can see it. Right. Because everyone can see it now. Okay, you guys should be able to see it on the screen.
Yeah, we see it.
Yep.
And you should be able to hear it. So here we go.
What? What you want to ask me, girls? Don't be nervous. I put on my pants one leg at a time, just like you.
Okay. Did you really play Bud on the Cosby Show?
Bud? Who told you that?
I knew I recognized you.
Wait, I'm not.
Oh, come on, don't be modest, Gus. You are totally Bud.
Sean, yo, you believe this?
No, I didn't catch any of that.
Bud. Stop telling people that my name is Bud.
Where are you going?
Yo,
My partner and I
hold
just need to
up. Hold up.
confer
Bring that
private
back. Bring that back.
notes and whatnot.
Where?
Yo,
Over
bring
here?
that back to the teacup, son. Bring that back. Bring that back like 15, 20 seconds.
I think I already did. Even more?
To the teacup.
A little bit more. To the
Okay.
teacup. Keep going.
There it is. I think.
Yeah. Right there.
Jesus. All right. Here we go.
Where are you going?
All right,
My partner
we're
and I
good.
just need to
Oh, we're good.
compare notes and whatnot.
Oh,
Oh shit. Oh, I'm crying, son. I'm crying.
it's just gone.
Yo, he took the time to sit the teacup down.
You sure you're good? Jesus.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good now. Oh, thank you. I'm crying. All right. Oh, that was fantastic. Dude, that's all-time favorite scene in any like show. That shit, I was rolling.
Well,
Rolling,
that
man.
that was fun.
Oh, that was fucking great.
Anyways, I don't know if
But yeah,
I don't know if that romance has ever been beat.
I'm taking Sean and Gus in that, bro. Like if there was like a tournament, like an NCAA March Madness tournament, I would take Sean and Gus on that one against Scrubs.
I gotta
just
tell you,
would.
man. I haven't seen the show. I wasn't even close to even almost, maybe possibly laughing, or even thinking about laughing.
The
That's
problem is
disrespectful.
there is some context that you got to understand.
Yeah,
I'm sure there is.
yeah. You gotta watch the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like of them.
Hey, John, take yourself on screen share because you're still screen sharing.
Well, with you guys, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. So you're now like double images. I don't want to see you twice.
I just see myself laggy.
Hey, dude, you gotta.
There we
Yeah,
go.
no, that's because of my shitty internet. All good. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, you definitely gotta watch the show, bro. I want to ask. Let's just talk about shows. I got a question for you guys, man. We're
Top
talking
five?
about this with my wife. No, I do that shit way too much. No, how many of these shows that we're binging and watching now are actually good, or are they just pandemic good? You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of these shows are like Tiger King and who knows Psych or whatever shows you've watched during this time. How many of them are actually good, and you're binging them because they're actually good, or is it just because like we're stuck at home, might as well just fucking watch it?
Well, is it the pandemic effect, or is it the fact that we just have the time to sit down and pay attention?
Yeah.
Because I'm
Right,
watching
like
a
it's-
show from CBS with my wife right now. It's called The Good Fight. It's about lawyers and shit, and I thought it was gonna be really stupid, but I mean, the dialogue's actually well written. The story it's really holding my interest. So it's like I wouldn't have given it the time of day if I didn't have the time to watch it. And I don't know if
Right.
the being bored makes it better. Because
Yeah,
I
does
mean,
it
there's
make
still a
it
lot
better
of
or
shows
worse?
that we can watch.
Dude, there's so like one thing I'm realizing, and John, I'll let you jump in here after I fucking keep interrupting everybody, is that there's a lot of shows that I'm seeing that I hadn't seen before, and I'm realizing how much content there is out there to watch, bro. Like there's so much shit to watch. Like I feel like Netflix, and this is my little theory, I feel like Netflix is the one that planned the pandemic. Insert joke, I'm joking, haha. Because they put so much shit out that it's dude, like I was watching right now before we jumped on. They have like 12 movies that I've never heard of that they just dropped in like the last 3 weeks. And they're just there to be consumed. Like now this is like the perfect time because Netflix, dude, Tiger King for 3 weeks made the pandemic all right because everybody was home watching that shit, and you know what I mean. Like everybody was, Carol Baskin did it. Nobody was even talking about the coronavirus. You know what I mean? It was just memes of that shit, and like it's crazy, man. What do you think,
So,
JB?
well,
Yeah,
You gotta-
that was a perfect storm, right? We had just started the lockdown right around, most places had shelter at home orders. And people weren't really thinking about I got to get back to work because it was the beginning of this whole stay at home thing. And I think, I would have watched it
Yep.
regardless. Right? It was entertaining television, but all those factors coming together, I think they made it. It's the most watched show on Netflix ever, and I don't know if it's in the history of like shows, period. But I know it's the highest ever watched show. And I think that had a lot to do with it. We just all kind of we're all at home at the very beginning, had nothing to do. Look, man, I keep adding stuff to my Netflix list. I don't know how you do it. You keep telling me, hey, watch this show, check out this show, check out that show. I'm like, dude, how are you watching these shows? They're like 3, 4, 5 seasons, 13 episodes each. How many hours in a day? What days are you living in? Like, do you have 50-hour days? Because I don't have enough time to watch all these shows to catch up to. Every 3 days, you're like, hey, you got to check this shit out. I'm like, what about the last show you told me about? It was like 60 episodes and 4 seasons. How the fuck do I watch that in 3 days? So
you jump around, sir. That's how you do it.
No, I can't do it.
Jump
I
around.
stick to one show.
House of Pain, bitch.
I stick to one show, get into the story, get to know the characters, and then by that time, 50 other shows that people say are supposed to be great have passed me by. And then maybe I'll go back and check them out.
Yep.
Well,
Every
that's
time
where
people like
Netflix
watch
is-
Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Haven't seen one episode yet.
Netflix makes its money on the fact that you're time poor, because, and that's what they're doing right now. They just realize everybody's got so much time, and like any video game, like there are some video games that have been out for like 4 or 5 years, and the only way they keep players is by continuously updating content, changing out content, adding new things, fixing things. Netflix is taking the same approach, as far as they have to constantly be putting money into it and constantly pushing, because those subscriptions are what pay the bills.
Right.
We're not buying movies from them. We're not buying rights from them. It's the membership. It's all that matters, which is one reason I kind of like Netflix, is that they're in it for the long game. They want you to be a loyal, continuous customer, so they're going to continue to put out the best stuff they can, unlike places like Disney, where Disney just wants to make a great movie, so you buy all the fucking merchandise.
Right. And then they have their vault of other movies, and they lock that shit away, and then you have to wait to be able to buy it or watch it at certain times.
Exactly.
True. Yeah,
No, I
I'm
think
running on Netflix, bro. Like, I'm gonna watch.
I'd really like to look and see what Netflix's stock is trading at right now. I bet it's fucking insane.
Yeah, I would like. It has to be that, and Amazon have to be making a killing right now, bro.
Hey Siri.
Yeah, it's
We're
gone
gonna
up,
pick
and they've had the most subscriptions in these last few weeks.
Trading at.
Yeah.
Because people have nothing else to do but stay at home, and so they're getting not these freebie 7-day trials, but they're actually getting paying subscriptions, which is what makes their stock go and what keeps their operating costs. That's what pays the bills. And so this pandemic, while it's been bad for a lot of people, it's been good for business, for Netflix anyway, and their business model.
Yeah.
Netflix is currently
up
trading at
2.2%.
$434.26. Holy shit!
Good God.
Damn.
So how that works is, right, if I'm understanding stocks, is you gotta have to buy one stock, you gotta have $434. Is that correct? Because I don't know shit about stocks.
If you're buying individual stocks, yeah. If you're investing in like ETFs and other things, where you can buy parts of stocks, like not an entire stock. But I mean, if you have the money to be buying $400 stocks, then you're playing at a different at a different level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Also, if you could buy $430 stocks, just get a mountain bike and go out there and hit the trails. That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna have to sell some of my stocks.
my
I had some Walgreens stock. I've had Walgreens stock forever. I had Netflix stock early on, but I sold it, and then look, this shit blew up. It's not like I had a lot, but
So you're like Blockbuster.
huh? Yeah, I passed on Netflix. That's right. I said, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of
But yeah,
Blockbuster,
you're gonna have to
that damn Jean-Claude Van Johnson show. I keep going back. I keep thinking about that shit. It's terrible television. Jean Claude. That look, the entire plot of that fucking TV show. It's on Amazon Prime. It's fucking ridiculous. Jean Claude Van Damme plays Jean
Yeah.
Claude Van Damme, also known as Jean Claude Van Johnson, who is a secret agent man, and his entire movie career has been a cover for his secret agent work. That's the premise of this fucking show. And I was like, this shit is so terrible that I gotta watch it. And then the dialogue in the show is it was gonna be
It's
bad,
even
I
worse.
guess, but it's bad on purpose.
Yeah.
It's not. I couldn't even say it's a B movie.
like-
Like, and then he says lines from his other
It's
movies
like
and
it's
shit.
like a spoof.
So while he's
It's like a
while he's
spoof. It's like a spoof of a spoof.
it's a spoof of a spoof. It's too deep in. I can't stay with it. Well, hold on. You came in all robotic. You started sounding
What'd
like
you say?
Alexa.
Say that one more. Yeah, you're not even Siri. He's having connection problems. I see.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's still there. But I'm not watching that. Like all the shows I have to watch, and there's movies on Netflix that
Watch
Do you
it.
I
think
want to
Jean
watch. So
Claude knows it?
drop it. I can't hear him.
Yeah, you might have to call back in.
You think
Your
John
internet
Claude-
is spotty.
Yeah, you're coming in and out, brother. These are
Hey,
the
yeah.
technical
You need to
difficulties
watch
we
that
have.
show.
Not watching that show though. No,
I think
Can't
it
hear.
might be him though, not us.
No.
That might be on his end.
yeah, I think it's you, Philip.
I hear you.
Try
It's
to
fine.
log off
Oh.
and log back in, bro.
You're good now. I hear you fine.
Good.
Yep.
Yo,
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now.
good.
Okay, we're good. So would you say you don't think Jean-Claude Van Johnson knows that it's a
Well,
knows it's a comedy?
like Van Damme as an actor, you think he thinks it's like this will be a serious show that people like?
I think your initial statement of Van Damme is an actor.
Nobody's told him it's a
is
comedy
already-
because it's so off the fucking.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think your stance on Jean-Claude Van Damme as an actor is already a
Hey, no,
fraudulent
listen.
perspective to go
you
on.
here you go. You see what Ben likes to do? He likes to shit on people. I'm glad someone shit on you and your choice of bicycle. Okay, first The Rock, and now you're gonna shit on the muscle. Now you're gonna shit on Van Damme, the muscles from Brussels. Are you kidding me? That dude is an icon. Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
The muscles from Brussels.
That's right.
Muscles from Brussels.
That's who he is. That's I didn't make that shit up. I didn't coin that term. That's what he's known as. We're both old
If you go
36-year-old
back-
dudes. You should know who he is.
Yeah, we grew up watching this shit. Remember, because we were old enough. We're in that weird age, right? Like all of us are basically the same age. We're in that weird age. Like we remember a time before the internet, where you
Yeah.
had like channel 39 or 33, depending on, you know what I mean. Like you had like WB or UPN and all that shit.
UPN.
And every Saturday there would just be a marathon of like 80s movies. You'd have like American Ninja with Michael Dudikoff. Remember Michael Dudikoff, son? I don't know what the fuck happened to him. You had
Damn.
Kickboxer. Yeah, you
Bro,
had Kickboxer.
all the Billy Blanks
you had
movies.
the Van Damme movie. Oh, Billy Blanks, son, Mr. Tybo. See, he got shitted on out because of Tybo. But son, there was one where was it? I don't know if it was Kickboxer, where like this team of kickboxers were like Team USA, and then they would travel to like Japan and all this other shit. Then they're like they get in like these different arguments with like gangs and shit like that. God damn, what was the name
I'll
of
be
that
right
shit, bro?
back, guys.
It was wicked.
I'll be
All right,
right
go
back.
ahead.
No, I don't know that one.
All right. God damn it, bro! It was with I want to say Eric Roberts. Fuck, bro, it's gonna bother me. I'm gonna Google
Probably.
this shit.
He's a B movie
Um,
legend.
Eric Roberts is a B movie legend. His sister did all right for herself in the end.
Yeah,
That
she
would suck,
started as a
right? Like
prostitute.
if you're the older, yeah, and she did well for us. Yeah, Eric Roberts movies. Best of the best, son.
Is that a Van Damme movie? What does that sound? What's best of the best?
Now, best of the best. I'm gonna show you an image of this shit right now, bro. Look at this. It was these movies. They always have. It's very disrespectful that it was a karate movie. They only had one Asian guy. I just want to throw that out there. Can you see this? Oh, wait.
Dude,
Remember
yes.
these movies?
Yes, fucking Steven
Yeah,
Seagal
dude, like-
movies. I remember.
What
There's
was it, Steve
Steve-
Seagal? Yeah,
No,
no,
no, but
that
there-
era. But Steve
that
Seagal
era.
was in it. But it was like that era. Yeah, there was one movie that I remember I used to watch with my cousin, bro, with Carlos. It was like No Retreat, No Surrender. Like that's all I remember from the movie because I was like the last line where like this white kid's getting his ass whooped in like a tournament. He's like, no retreat, no surrender, and then the guy just becomes like a fucking superhero and beats everybody's asses. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we doing. 2 lines from a movie.
Bro,
Dude,
Only the
80s
Strong.
80s
You
and
remember
90s
that
movies.
shit?
Oh, son, Miami,
Capoeira
baby.
movie?
Of course, I remember Only the Strong.
Ah, yeah.
Capoeira. Paranaway, Paranaway,
Yeah.
Parana, Paranaway, Paranaway, Parana.
right.
Hell yeah, I remember that shit, son. I will watch. You
Oh.
can't tell you what that movie does not hold up, son. That
No.
movie does not hold up. Try to watch that shit now. It's one of those things like I always say, like don't ever meet your heroes. It's not one of those things where like you go, okay, this movie was a shit. It's 26 years old now. It does not hold. The acting is terrible. The fake ass Brazilian, especially like being an MMA fan, like
That
the
dude's
fake
still making
Brazilian that they
movies.
speak is hard to. Yeah, he is. He was in John Wick 3 or 4.
No, there's only 3
Mark
of them.
the
Yeah, he was in
Costos.
John Wick 3. And he was,
No, there's
what
4.
was he?
There's 4 John Wick.
Wait, what? 4 John Wicks?
They're making. I think they're making the 4th.
Oh,
I
they're
think.
making the 4th. Okay.
Yeah, they're making
Yeah.
the 4th. Of course they are.
Yeah. He fought
Yeah, he was in John
DMX.
Wick 3. He did fight DMX. First of all, it was very disrespectful that DMX won that fight.
Right?
Right? Like, I think Jet Li won it in the end, but like
Yeah.
DMX shouldn't have even held the candle to him.
By the way,
he held the candle to his
DMX is
crack rock,
making
but that's-
movies. DMX is making movies that were going to theaters, not straight to DVD movies.
Yeah. Cradle to the Grave,
Yeah.
Romeo Must Die.
Belly?
He was the same character in both movies. Literally the same character. You're like, I think they filmed those movies at the same time because they were both with Jet Li,
Yeah.
and he wore the same outfit. He wore like these leather suits. I was like, all right, bro, this just got weird. but yeah, man. While Philip's gone, let's cover some UFC 249. 'Cause I don't think he watches MMA to know anything about it.
Okay.
All right, bro. So UFC
What's MMA?
UFC 249. It's mixed. I drew a blank. I don't know what the other M stands for.
Macaroni?
Macaroni?
I don't know.
No. I don't know. Maize? Is it mayonesa?
Mayonesa?
Nah, bro. Struggling. But yeah, we got Justin Gaethje, Tony Ferguson. Dude, we could go like Michelle Waterson's fighting on this card against Carla Esparza. Like I was looking at this card and I could
Like the
not
two girls that
believe-
will never be champion?
Yeah, no. Well, no, Carla Esparza was the champion. She
Carla
was the
Esparza.
original 120, 115 champion. Carla Esparza was the original 115 champion, bro. Because remember, they crowned that champion coming off of the Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, no. Okay. It's because the few times I've seen her fight, she's gotten her ass kicked. And so.
No,
I mean,
ever since. Yeah,
the sport has passed her by. So.
Yeah, 100%. So listen to you got Vicente Luque, Nico Price, crazy fight. Hall, this is in the prelims. You got Uriah Hall versus Jacare Souza, Carlos Esparza versus Michelle Waterson, Kelly Olynyk versus Fabricio Verdum. The headliner of the prelim is Anthony Cowboy Pettis versus Cowboy Cerrone. That's the prelims.
Cowboys.
Then you got Greg Hardy versus DeCastro, Jeremy Stevens versus Calvin Kattar, Francis Ngannou versus Jairzinho Rosenstruck, or Rosenstruck, however you want to say it.
Rosenstruck,
You got
yeah.
Cejudo versus Cruz,
Fucking
yeah,
Cejudo, I
and
hate
Ferguson
that guy.
versus Gaethje. I
Bro,
cannot.
Dominic Cruz
listen, I
hasn't
know-
fought in
listen,
like
I-
10 years, man. It feels like he
3.5
hasn't fought
3.5 years.
in
The
a
last
while.
time,
Yeah.
the last time we fought 3.5 years ago. I'm going with look. We're gonna make it quick. We're not those people that do the breakdowns, right? The only breakdown we've ever done back and forth was Ferguson and and Khabib just because how bad we wanted to watch it.
We did.
Do I
Ferguson,
want
Khabib.
Dominic Cruz to win?
Yeah.
Because Ferguson Khabib. We talked about that shit. We talked about that more than we talked about bikes. Like
And
we
then the
talked
fight
about
didn't
that
happen.
every podcast for like
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Every podcast. So that's why I'm kind of looking at this card, even though it's a sick card, kind of still disappointed because it's not Khabib Tony. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight. But so do you want to start at the top, work your way from the? You want to just do the title fights at the top, or break it all down? We got
No, let me look at the early. Were those the early prelims? Let's look at the early prelims because I'm on the UFC website.
yeah. Let's look at it.
Maybe these are too early. Ryan Spann, Sam Alvey. Don't give a fuck about that. Bryce Mitchell, Charles Rosa. So it looks like some 14-year-old dude is fighting that dude with the crooked nose from Charlie's Angels. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah, Bryce Mitchell's a beast, bro.
He's young, right? He's real young.
Yes,
looks
he's
like
very
it.
young. Yeah, he's a phenom though. Yeah.
God, is that the?
I hate when
bro,
they-
I was about to say, is that the guy that I've heard Joe Rogan talk about? But Joe Rogan talks about everyone like they're the next fucking gift to the MMA.
Yeah.
So, but I think
Yeah.
I've heard him talk about Bryce Mitchell before. But that
Yeah,
Vicente Luque
he's
fight,
like I think. Yeah, the Vicente Luque fight, Nico Price fight is looking crazy. That Bryce Mitchell kid, if I'm going off memory without, because I know I can't multitask with the internet here.
yeah,
Bryce Mitchell kid is the one that clean cut white kid, right?
yeah.
That looks like a All American wrestler. Yeah,
He's He's got
Yeah,
like the
that's-
mop,
yeah, he's good.
mop like bangs over his
yeah. I know. The thing about that's tough with that because I know he's got fighting an older fighter. I can't stand those matches like that because it's one of those where they're trying to push the old lion out, but then the old lion might still have one good hit in him, and then
Right.
what you've done is derailed up and coming fighter. Where it's better like where you put a young versus young, where like even if they hit each other, you know they'll see each other again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Losing to an older fighter, like, oh, you're supposed to win that fight, and then if you don't win that fight, it becomes a whole other fucking thing. So
Yeah, man. It's almost
I
like,
don't know.
that's
I'm
what
not
happened
picking,
to
like-
Darren Till. Was it Darren Till? They were trying to push him.
yeah,
And they put him up against Masvidal, and that was his first huge knockout of the year. And I think, right, because Masvidal got Till, then he got Ben Askren, and then he beat
yeah,
dude from Cali.
Nate.
Yeah. And
Nate.
so that's what they did
Yeah.
with Nate, like they did with Till. Till's a beast. He's a big dude, and then he just got,
Yeah.
you know, because that's what Masvidal has been. He's been a journeyman, and that's what they try to do. These young up and coming guys, or whether
Yeah.
they're up and coming or they're trying to bring them from another promotion, they put them up against these older guys that are kind of journeymen, and they're trying to push them out. And sometimes they catch a lucky break, and these young kids' careers get derailed. Sometimes permanently, sometimes like it delays them for a year or two.
Because that happened with the fight before Cowboy fought Connor. He fought, or a couple fights before, he fought some young kid that he destroyed. Right, I
Yeah.
can't remember his name, but the kid was promising. But I don't even know if the kids fought since because Cowboy's a journeyman of a journeyman, right?
Yeah.
Cowboy will show up, he'll fight, but he's a journeyman. He's never been a champion, Hall of Fighter, Hall of Famer for sure. But he's never been that guy. He's never been that dude. But he can have those performances on any given night. So
Right.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, bro. There's gonna be something. We're over here talking MMA, Philip. I don't know how much you follow it, but we got to break it down before this Saturday night's card. I know if we were talking darts, that'd be your thing.
Yeah. So
Darts.
we're out to Uriah Hall and Zuza, Zachary.
Yeah, Jacare Souza. I don't know who I got. They're both about the same to me. Like there's not much of a difference. They're up and down. Jacare has a little bit more experience.
Yeah, I mean, I
we'll see.
before I saw Jacare fight again, you know, it was all I knew about Jacare was Rogan talking about how otherworldly he was.
Yep.
And then that happened to be the fight. I think he lost that fight that I saw him fight. So I had to go back and
Yeah.
watch some of his previous fights, and I was like, okay, I see where he's coming from. But I mean, shit, it's like football, right? Any given Sunday, like anything can happen. You catch one wrong hit, doesn't matter how good you are, and shit changes. But I think
right, let's go.
Jacare. I got Jacare on that one.
I got Uriah Hall just because I've seen him do the nastiest knockout I've ever seen with that spinning
Okay,
back heel
yeah,
kick.
you're right. But I already said Zachary,
on the
so I'm gonna
ultimate.
stick with Souza.
Yeah. Let's go. So we don't keep Philip watching there. Let's go straight to the title fights, bro. What you got for Tony Ferguson and Justin Gaethje?
Is that a real question? Like you were
Yeah, because I
asking me
think the
who I
first 8
had.
minutes is
You were asking me who I had between Ferguson and Habib, and I was like, shit, I don't know. And Habib is a next level fighter. Nothing against Gaethje, not that he's not a good fighter, but I think I got Tony. Tony takes some chances and he can get caught, but I got Tony.
yeah. That's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of that Tony can get caught
Yeah.
and gets caught, then we never get the fight that we really want to see. That's why I'm so tentative about this fight, because I think, and I read this on Twitter from our boy Luke Thomas, our boy. They got the MMA reporter that we follow the most, right? He and somebody commented on his thing. It was like Justin Gaethje has a real big chance in the first 8 minutes of the fight, right? And it's a 25-minute fight. After that, it's gonna be onslaught of Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
And that's right, bro. But that's 8 minutes is a long fucking time, bro. When was the last time you fought for 8 minutes? Have either of you, Philip? Have you ever fought for 8 minutes?
I mean, I've taken some long shits. Dude, even in combatives, we never went longer than 2.5, 3 minutes. That's a long time, man.
We rode like 3 minutes at a time. I think I had some crazy dude who wanted us to roll for 5 minutes and then switch, but yeah, fucking 8 minutes.
That's 8 minutes is a long time. So anything can happen in those 8 minutes. So then you put that in with Tony that loves to stand and trade and spin and go crazy. So I got Tony just because El Cucuy, the Mexican nightmare. I can't bet against him. You know what I mean? Especially having our first Mexican guest on the show. Thank you, Philip. Thank you for being the first one, man. Now look at that. You didn't bring any tacos, but that's fine.
First of all,
that's fine.
You already know how I feel about tacos and Mexican food.
I'm commonly referred to as a wiener. I'm half white, half beaner.
I feel like there's a different way to say that, though. They refer to you as a wiener?
I've never heard that before.
Well, that's what I'm here for, doing light.
White beaner. There it is, man. Cultural appropriation. But yeah, and then you have two more Mexicans actually, Henry Cejudo and Dominic Cruz, because I think Dominic Cruz is also, to put it in Philip's words, a wiener, right? A white Mexican. So if I got that correctly, so I want to go Dominic. I'm not even gonna try and break it down because I have no fucking idea what's gonna happen. Cruz hasn't fought in almost 4 years, but if Cruz wins, I think he's one of the GOATs at 135, bro. To take multiple, I think he's had 4 fights in the last 8 years, and he only lost his title once, but he's been stripped of the title 3 times because of injuries, and every time he comes back, he wins it back. So that's just, if that's history repeating itself, we'll see. And Henry Cejudo isn't really proven at 135 because he only fought Marlon Moraes for a vacant title.
Yeah.
After TJ fucking took all the steroids in the world.
Yeah, all of them, all the steroids. He took some from The Rock.
All the steroids.
Allegedly.
No. He said it. Like he came out on video. He was like, "Yeah, man, I did everything."
Yeah.
He was like the first guy who owned that shit. But
yeah, that's why you don't. That's why he's not fighting anymore. Like I was like, what the fuck happened to Dillashaw? And then it's like, oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, he's banned. I think he's banned until the end of the year.
Is that it? I thought it was a longer ban.
No, 2 years. It was 2 years. It was his first offense.
It has been almost 2 years now. Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, April felt like 6 years, right?
Yeah, that's true. I got I hope Dominic takes it. Cejudo, obviously he's been winning. You know, he beat Mighty Mouse. I saw the Moraes fight. But you know, even though Dominic hasn't fought in about 3 years, I'll go with Dominic Cruz because he's scary, dude. And he's special. He's a special talent. I know Cejudo's got a loud mouth, and that's what promotes the fight. But Dominic Cruz is one of the greatest. So unfortunately, you don't see him fight much.
Dude,
because of his injuries, and he's taking a lot of breaks, and he's commentating and all that. But that dude's a beast.
Dude, his post fight interview after he lost to Cody Garbrandt was one of the best things I've ever seen. Like it's up there, with like the Tim Tebow post game speech when they lost to like Auburn or some shit, and then they ended up running out the rest of the season. Like he's like, we'll never lose again. It's one of the most motivational shits you'll ever see in your life. Do yourself a favor, Philip, if you haven't seen it. And anybody listening, his post fight interview after he fought Cody Garbrandt and lost was one of the most motivational shits you'll ever see in your life, bro. It was inspiring, man. And I don't say that much about like athletes because I don't fanaticize with any of them like that, but just like his stance and perspective on all of it was incredible, man. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Give it a game.
But yeah, that's it. That was our fight talk. Now, Philip, are you working overnight, bro? I'm assuming you're working. Let's see the badge. Are you working like till tomorrow morning?
Yeah.
Oh wow,
I'll be here till 7 a.m.
Oof.
That sucks.
Nah.
You're working with 7 to 7?
Yeah. I haven't seen a soul yet, except my boss. And that was because he was bringing me some.
Okay.
I mean,
What do you do? Just binge shit? You have internet, so you just watch a bunch of shit on like Netflix and YouTube and.
Oh yeah. What all security guards do.
Yeah, I know. I did security for 3 years, dude. I worked security so long ago now that it was right before Netflix popped off, and you still had to order DVDs, and that's how I binge watched Lost. Like legit, like I watched like all 6 seasons in like 2 weeks because I would work overnight and we just watch all the episodes, and then I ended up watching the final season on actual TV, which sucked because I had to wait week to week.
Damn. So since you used to have the DVDs,
the first 3 seasons of Game of Thrones in 2 nights. That was a challenge.
Oh, that'll do it.
Hey, so since you had DVDs,
Yep.
how many times did you call or email or contact Netflix and tell them, hey, I never got them, and then just kept them? Were you?
All the time. I ended up like giving them to my friends and shit, like because they would send you the season, and then you just like, oh man, I never got them, and then I just gave it to my friends. Like we just shared it amongst each other, so everybody got caught up. Yeah, 100%. No, dude, I did. I
ever use that service.
Everybody. Yeah, it was. I did it at the very beginning. But I used to do that shit all the time though with like different shit. I was a thief, bro. Like the world famous chocolates. Like if you ever sold them,
this shit out.
nobody ever got them, bro. Nobody ever got them. I'd just say, oh, I don't know what happened. We never got the order.
The school
and
chocolates.
then I just like give it to my friends and shit. Yeah, the school chocolates. What is it? Like the book fairs. Like if you sold books, nobody ever got the fucking R.L. Steins. Fuck out of here. I'm keeping these shits too. These are mine. What? Oh no. I want to like listen. If anybody finds this podcast and wants to sue me, I ain't got no money, and you're still not getting your R.L. Stein book, so it's a lost loss. Let's just walk away from it, guys. There's no money here. I just bought a bike. It's a wash. That's it. I just bought a bike. I got nothing else. That's my retirement plan is a fucking mountain bike. Do you? But yeah, dude. What the fuck, dude? Like Netflix has so much shit now. Like they just came out with what was it? Michelle Obama documentary. There's a bunch of original content. There's just so much shit on there that it's insane. I hadn't been on Netflix because I've been binging Psych, and I've been on Netflix like in a week. And since that time they've come out with like 8 different series in like different languages, and like 12 different movies. It's crazy the amount of shit they're putting. Oh, 100%. Yeah.
That was excellent.
That's what you didn't, dude. That's what made me shit on The Rock on I think it was like episode 116.
Don't you do it again?
Because that movie was so much better. That movie was so much better than anything The Rock's done in the last 10, 12 years since like Walking Tall. That movie, that's what the movies The Rock should be making, bro. Like where he's just, you know what I mean? Not like some over the top juice head, you know what I mean? Where he can't lose a fight and shit like that. Like it's like Chris Hemsworth was better in that movie. Yeah, because I think Hemsworth is just a better actor. But Hemsworth was so good in that movie that it was insane, bro.
You know what?
That
Okay,
movie-
The Rock made one really good movie that I liked that a lot of people didn't talk about, and that was that movie Faster, where he got out of prison.
Faster was good.
I saw that. Yeah, faster.
Yeah, and he had the revolver. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what The Rock
Yeah,
should be
that was a
fucking
good one.
doing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, see, I don't. Here's what I don't understand. Like, how is it that he made better movies early? Like, you're supposed to get better with age, right? Like, you're not supposed to make worse movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, Faster was better. Snitch was better. Walking Tall was better. I thought he was even good in that Journey to the Center of the Earth, where he was like the funny stepdad, but he could like beat shit up. I thought he was better in that. Like this, like where he ruined it was these Fast and the Furious movies, bro. Like
Yeah.
he shouldn't have been added onto that and just kind of doing his thing. Where now, like every movie he does, he's kind of like a version of Hobbs. Like I'm out, bro. Like it's the same fucking guy now.
Hey! Look, Hobbs and Shaw. It's gonna make any
Alright,
top 5 ever. Don't you dare insult the two greatest action stars of our generation: The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Jason Statham. Come on. And then you add Black Superman to that. Idris Elba? No, get out of here.
Right.
No, that movie's top 5.
Idris Elba's a better
I'm-
actor. Top 5
Like-
what? Top 5
And
what?
I'm sorry. In the
I'm
last
not
couple
just
years,
top 5. I don't know what top 5.
the last couple years,
You're asking too many
Come on,
questions.
Jumanji, though. The Rock acting
Jumanji
like
won.
Danny Glover.
I need you to shift a little over to, I think, your left, Philip. You come, or is it your right?
Philip.
I don't. Yeah. Keep going. Now you're center. There you go.
But The Rock as Danny
no.
Glover, or as
It was, no, it wasn't Danny Glover. Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. And
Yeah.
Kevin Hart was Danny
What did
Glover.
Yeah. What did you think of that? I want your take on it.
I was pissing myself.
You thought that was funny?
I was dying to.
It
Just
was
that.
so
though.
bad it was funny, right? It was so bad it was funny though, right? Because it was bad.
Great. Philip,
It was
you know
terrible.
what you're talking about. I'm glad
I liked it.
that you're here defending this man's greatness.
Okay, so here's my defense. The first movie was carried almost completely by Jack Black. The
Yes.
second movie was carried
Him.
by Kevin Hart and The Rock acting like the two Dannys. Danny DeVito and Danny
Yeah,
Glover.
yeah.
And then once
Yeah.
they changed over in the movie, it was like, all right, well, now we're into some action.
Yes,
But that was
that I agree. I thought it was better. I thought Aquafina, which was the Asian actress in that, was a hilarious Danny DeVito. I thought, like, and she was only Danny DeVito for like a couple minutes, but she was fucking hilarious. As she was 1,000 times better than The Rock as Danny DeVito.
1,000
Easily.
times. 1,000
Easily.
times.
1,000 times, yeah. Yeah, it's not. This isn't an exact science, John. Whatever. Listen, you've been listening. You've been a part of the podcast. Philip, you've been listening. We're just assholes on the internet. I'm not giving you exact data points as to how much better Aquafina actually was. It's just in my estimation. Don't come over here and try to be technical, bitch. What I look like? We're giving a press conference? No. Just make shit up as we go along. Oh wait, it kind of is like a press conference at the White House.
say it with your
Yeah.
chest.
Kind of the same thing, though.
You just make that shit up. Stop reading off the
Make
teleprompter.
that shit up.
Forget about the topics that we had on
Yeah, exactly.
pre-show and just start fucking ad-libbing. Freestyle that shit.
Yeah,
But that was
dude.
the point.
Imagine if. Yeah, we really do that all the time. We have like an overview, and we barely ever stick to it because then one podcast will just talk about bikes for 87 minutes straight.
I know.
And then we're like,
It's
oh
absurd.
shit. And then we
It's
try to
absurd.
bring it back. Like, oh wait, hold on. Hey, how about this shit that we're supposed to talk about? And then we give it about 2 minutes and the show's over.
Yeah. And the show was like, all right, man, I got nothing else. And we talked about every component of a fucking bicycle that we possibly could. But real quick, bro, let's change the subject for 3 seconds. Top 5 Disney movies. And right back to components of a bicycle.
Right back to bikes.
That's basically what the right
First
back
of
to
all,
fucking bike.
Homeward Bound.
Yes.
You hear what I'm saying?
It's not a Disney movie.
It is
It's
now.
not a Disney movie.
It is now.
There you go.
Dude, you know what's and I talk about this, you know how upsetting it is to find out as a grown man that All Dogs Go to Heaven is not a Disney movie?
I actually knew that one.
Yeah, I did not until recently. I didn't know it was not a Disney movie. When Disney Plus came out, because I searched for it. Well, I don't know why I was searching for it, because it's a terribly sad movie. I searched for it and it wasn't there. Don't laugh, bitch. Yeah, I searched for it. Yeah.
Look,
course
man,
I wanna see All Dogs Go to
am I
Heaven.
the only one that's concerned? I brought this up before. Like Benjamin's knowledge of Disney movies. Dude, like I don't understand how you know so much. You have no kids.
A wealth of knowledge.
You don't like your
So-
nieces or nephews. You have a panel van. No, I'm sorry. Your van's got windows, but they're limo tint, so no one can see.
Yeah.
Like your victims can see the outside world, but no one can see inside. Like, why do you know so much about
Yep,
Disney
love it.
movies? What?
He
What is
he
it?
had a
offers
childhood,
them
John.
Disney Plus
You're
instead
never
of
gonna meet my
gaming.
kids or my youngest kid. My oldest son is 20.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, my Disney Plus is in the van, so we're good. I got Disney Plus and I got Nintendo Switch Animal Crossing. That's
I get. I
And
got a fun
then
story about-
he's got ice cream stickers on the outside of the fucking van, and he plays the damn ice cream truck
On-
music.
Boys,
if you don't want the Spider-Man, if you don't have the Spider-Man ice cream or the Mickey Mouse ice cream and didn't eat the eyes, then you can't come in my van, bro. I'm sorry. Let's just throw it back to ice cream vans. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't act brand new. And that one that looked like a fucking dick, that was like the American. It was like a rocket. That was like
The
red,
rocket
white, and blue.
with the-
Like what? Yeah. Why did they make that like that? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know,
All right.
but
That
Ben
might be-
keeps that one in
Go
stock.
back and look.
You remember back in
What'd
the
you say,
day,
Phil?
we were at somebody's house, and it was a girl's house. I can't remember who it was, but we used to get in trouble because they would put put on Aladdin or something or Lion King, and me and Borges are just word for wording it the entire movie, and we got yelled at like over and over and over again until they shut it off. I can't remember who it was.
Who was it? Dude, the only houses we went to were Higgins and Wayland's. Right?
Or Mercy.
Yeah, Mercy.
I think it was
Yeah,
Mercy.
it might have been Mercy. I think it was Mercy because when she lived with Sklar, old battle buddies.
Yeah, because you had that
Yeah.
dental surgery right when I had my shoulder surgery.
Oh,
And
dude.
we just so
Oh,
you think
yeah,
quarantine bad? You ever seen two doped up big guys sitting around eating as much Jack in the Box as they can buy?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
High as
Jack in the
fuck
Box
with
was the
two
shit, bro.
fucking ultimates.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Dude, the fucking what was it, like the number sevens? It was the number sevens, right? Number 7 extra
Seven
sauce.
large,
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper,
Curly
curly
fries.
fries.
Son. Curly fries were the shit. Yeah.
All day.
No wonder we got fat. No wonder we got fat, Philip. It was shit. We'd get down an L&L drive-in. It was bound to happen.
Did I ever
but
tell
dude,
you I
yeah,
almost hit
no.
300 pounds?
Oh no, I'm at 3, sir. I've surpassed 3. I'm 312 right now.
I think
It's the heaviest I've ever been.
I think Andreas is sitting about 340.
Jesus.
But then again,
I gotta have him on the podcast.
Then again, at 19, he was what 265 trim in the army.
Yeah, that guy was a monster, bro. He looked like Lou Ferrigno without the green body paint,
Jesus.
or a little bit like Shrek because of the head, right? Like if we're being honest,
Oh
like,
no,
he was the only guy that looked more like Shrek than I did, which I was always thankful. Like at least I don't look like that.
doesn't the 1101st still call you Shrek?
Yeah, no, the G Unit.
G Unit.
It's still G Unit, man. Me and Murray. Like good old details with the National Guard. But yeah, dude, you remember last army story because we could go talk. Remember when I saved your fucking life when I picked up that water buffalo because you parked terribly
That
and
wasn't
I had
my
to like
life.
hold it up to put it on the hitch.
That wasn't my
It was
life.
your leg.
That was
It
Christina's
was your
leg.
leg, sir. No, that was you. You were the only point. You and Murray were the only people I ever rode with when we did those details.
That was me. Hey,
Yeah.
it wasn't my fault.
You're
still-
you're the one I can park with a trailer. I'm white and Mexican. I was born learning how to drive with a trailer, and you parked it on the side of a mountain.
That was
You
me.
fuck, and then we had to like it was sliding. So legit shit, bro. Like a full ass water buffalo. They told us to drop it off. Well, the late team like parked it, and we were supposed to pick it up. So they parked it literally on the side of a mountain where people were supposed to go through a road march. They ended up changing the route for the road march. They never went through there, so we had to go get it. So it was a completely full water buffalo. So it's half off the mountain and half on, and we have and Philip and dude, we're in an LMTV, right? So this is easily a picture a Miata, right? The mountain that we're carved in, right, was the size of a Miata. So we had to find a way to back up the LMTV to pick up the damn the water buffalo. It's sliding off. I have to hold it because he can't get the angle. I have to hold it and move it onto the hitch. And Philip's trying to hold it, but he has no shoulders. Man has again, look at him. It's Tim Duncan. There's no muscle tone to him, right? So I have to lift and put it on the hitch, and he almost slide. He slips. His leg is under it. I was like, Philip, get the fuck in the truck. I'll put it on. Just back it up a little bit, dude. It was almost terrible. I was like, this is how I die. A fucking water buffalo takes me out. Oh, dude, it was the craziest shit. I think Philip's frozen. Is he frozen in you or is he
He
frozen in
might
me?
be. It was really slow, and now he froze. Yeah.
It looks like he's still thinking. It looks like he's like really deep in thought. If you can see him, that's funny.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to hit the blue screen of death there.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, good times, bro. Fucking love that shit. Those stories will never be duplicated. I couldn't do that shit now.
No.
Couldn't do that shit now at all. God, Philip is. Is this what it looks like when with my internet, John?
Not quite. No, not quite this
Like
bad.
when-
I mean, hell, you're still coming through fine right now.
Huh.
I don't know.
How
I mean,
did I
look.
get-
Philip,
Hey, Texas wanted to be its own country, right? So I guess their internet standards aren't the same either. I thought I wanted to give
Yeah,
Texas
that's
more
true.
credit than that, but they're even worse than you are.
that is pretty bad. Nah, you're frozen, bro. You're gonna have to jump off and come back on, Philip.
Or go to a different room. I mean, when we first jumped on, it was a pretty decent connection.
Yeah, now it's pretty bad.
Your employer is trying to tell you something.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, he's gone now. All right. But yeah, let's wrap it up because we've been going at this shit for almost 2 hours now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Saturday. It's gonna be weird to see. I'll talk to you offline how I'm thinking we should do. We should have a conversation. We should VPN it. You understand what I'm saying? And
What is that?
we'll figure it
What
out
does
from
it
there.
stand for again?
You know what the fuck it stands for. But we should but yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, we're supposed to have Steven on the podcast today, but he's hanging out with family. Can't knock him for it.
Yeah.
I'm literally telling everybody I talk to because I have to bring it back to bikes. I'm literally talking anybody I talk to, I'm telling them to get a bike. And the fact that you're the one I've talked to the most about this, and you're not gonna be able to get a bike, it's pretty sad.
Hey, by the way, I am getting that bike. And it's gonna be
You're gonna get
it's gonna end up being like a $1,400 bike, which is still a lot of money, but I'm
is
looking
good
for
money.
alternatives. Like, I'm not buying the giant branded bike, but yeah, but I'm getting my own bike. I hear not Steven. I hear Philip, but I took him off live,
Philip.
so no one else can hear him. We can hear him in our own private. But
Okay,
yeah, man, I'm getting that bike. In the
'Cause
meantime, I'm riding my son's bike. It's what is it, like a 26? It's a 26 incher. It's a small frame. We rode 6 miles today. Javi and I rode 6 miles on the streets, cutting through the neighborhood. He's got a BMX bike. I have a mountain bike. It was fun, but I definitely want to hit the trails, and it's gonna rain on and off anyway for the next couple of weeks, so I still can't hit the trails anyway. They close them here for a good reason. I don't know how they do it in Florida, but over here the parks folks close the trails off because they want to protect them, because a lot of them are shared with equestrians, like horses and people that are hiking. So if the conditions
Right.
aren't good, they shut that shit down. Whatever, and that's
I don't,
understandable.
You gotta understand, this is Florida, right? They don't give a fuck. Like, they could close the main entrance of a park, but there's always like side entrances to every trail.
Yeah.
So they could try and attempt to close it, but they don't really do that here. And they don't give, it's Florida, bro. We don't give a fuck. We play by our own rules. It's the South, baby. It's the South.
That is true.
But yeah, man. Obviously, as you said, Philip's watching, but he's not on live. So, Philip, I want to thank you for coming on the show, man, jumping on. Next time, please have better internet. Maybe do it from your house. And it doesn't look, and I want to thank you for making me feel like I have the second best internet on this show. Sometimes when it's just the two of us, I'm second best, so I'm last. But right now, your internet has definitely made me feel, it's humbled me and appreciated more. Yeah, I know. Dude, I live about 7 miles from the first street light. Is how country I live now. So I feel you, brother. I got satellite internet, so it's all good. My people, we're about to jump off live. We're going to talk a little longer offline. I want to thank you for tuning in. Lizette, you're a hater as always. Philip, you're my brother, man, till death. Johnny boy, I'll see you in a couple minutes.
All right.
Go ahead. What do you got? Are
Later,
you going
guys.
to throw?
Philip, I brought you back on live. If you got something to say before we end the show.
I just want to say, don't listen to this fucker's bullshit. Okay? This motherfucker's been high and mighty since he was 19, and he ain't ever fucking coming down off that goddamn horse.
And I think that's
That's
how
true.
we end the show. I agree. Ben, don't say a word. We don't want to hear